John Avenger once again, and this is another movie review. Well, this is a rant of a 2005 Steven Seagal movie that I bought on a yard sale a couple months ago. And yeah, this movie was absolute garbage. It's a mediocre film at best, and it's called Into the Sun with Steven Seagal. And yeah, only one man can stop the Yakuza. Bullshit. Because in this movie, there were like three people help him at the end. And what did I think about it? Well, this will give you a little summary. Fuck this movie. This movie was a piece of garbage. It's a waste of Seagal's talent. It's a waste of Winter Atherton. It tries to be this freaking, like a throwback to the freaking Japanese movies that were made back in the day. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. The director of this freaking movie, this piece of shit, his name is Mink. That's an animal that women buy that are made, they make fur coats out of. This movie has nothing. Like this movie, the best part of this movie is at the end. You have a freaking Seagal is going to town with guys. He's smashing their heads into freaking slot machines and throws a guy out the window. That's pretty cool. And he killed him and a guy and a girl kill a bunch of guys. No name. We don't give a fucks with samurai swords. That's the highlight of the movie. Everything else, the other hour and 10 minutes, is garbage. It's boring. Half the movie is subtitled. I know I have nothing against Asian cinema that's subtitled. If it's meant to be subtitled, it can be subtitled. But if it's an American action movie, I don't want to read subtitles for half the movie. It's just not interesting to me. And Seagal switches from English to Japanese like in a freaking millisecond, and it doesn't work. The script is shitty. He's responsible for this because he produced this piece of garbage and he was one of the writers on this piece of garbage. And I'm gonna make this movie pay because I wasted my freaking time. All I wanted was a decent action movie, and this is not one of it. It's not Seagal's worst of all time. I still think the one that I've seen that is worse is The Foreigner from 2003. That is absolutely abysmal. But this is mediocre. I hate this movie. It was a waste of my freaking time. I never want to see this movie again. A couple of parts don't make a movie good. I'm sorry. The action should have been better. The beginning of this film has some action scene with this black guy that he gets himself killed with Seagal, and you don't see him again. And then and the action is very bloodless and it's tame. For our rating, this is tame in the beginning. Then when he gets to Japan, it's a bunch of subtitles, and I don't give a fuck. It's not funny. It's a waste of this talent. William Anderton is in this movie for like 15 minutes, and he doesn't do anything. There's some Asian girl in the movie that doesn't do anything. She's just there for a few scenes to suck on a lollipop, a sexual innuendo, and his partner is played by Seagal doesn't need a partner in a movie like this. I'm sorry, he can kick ass on his own. Matthew A. Davis that plays his partner that gets his ass kicked, and he dies halfway through the film from some yakuza guy that breaks his neck. He's a dumbass. He goes to Japan, doesn't know a word of Japanese. He doesn't help Seagal at all. He lets his gun. He takes his gun and he accidentally shoots it off on the ground, and it's a dumbass. So it reminded me of the Asian guy in that Bullet to the Head movie with Stallone. And he was just annoying. He does nothing. He serves no purposes. The actor's not the worst. I know he's done the Vampire Diaries, but I'm not going to blame him for that. The movie has a shitty script. 3 writers. It took 3 freaking writers to make this, and they tried to just make a Japanese movie with Seagal speaking English and Japanese at once, and it doesn't work. It's boring. It's forgettable. It's a freaking mess, and I'm going to make this movie pay. So watch me. I'm going to put it on this box, and I'm going to smash it with this freaking wrench from Super and from Drive. Die, Seagal. Die, you freaking piece of garbage. I hate you. I hate this freaking movie. 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 Yeah, this movie was a piece of shit. Take that. Got it. That's it. See, I didn't want to hurt myself. That's what I think of your movie, Seagal, that you wrote, that you produced, and you starred in, that you're not even trying. The only time you're trying is in the fight scenes. I give you credit for that. But this movie, I hated. This was a freaking waste of money, a waste of space, a waste of freaking time, a waste of energy. I've seen a lot of shitty films this week. And this is not the worst, but it was freaking terrible for a Seagal movie. You are the better than this, Seagal. Lose some weight and go train and do a good movie again. Can you do that? Because I'm sick of you, these freaking direct-to-video schlock. And it's not even his worst. The Foreigner's the worst because that had some of the worst action I've ever seen. Had some of the worst editing I've ever seen. But Seagal, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. And I hope that doesn't get blocked on YouTube because I had to do that. I wanted to do something outrageous because I haven't done a rant like this in a long time. But fuck this movie. It can kiss my ass. All of my subscribers and my friends Parker, Sean, or Tevia, don't watch this movie. Please do not watch this movie. You want to watch a movie that's better than this? Watch Seagal's early work. So watch Above the Law and Under Siege and freaking Marked for Death. That's way better than this movie. And it had a low budget. It wasn't subtitled half the way through, and it knew what it was. It wasn't trying to copy something from Asia. Piece of shit. I hate that movie. What a waste of a 2005 movie that was made. And there were better movies that year. But anyway, that's my rant on this freaking piece of garbage, Into the Sun. Avoid it like the plague. If you've seen it, I feel sorry for you. But I made it pay. I'm only keeping the box because it's a blockbuster box, and I like those. But this movie is garbage. It's one of the worst Seagal movies I've seen. Not the absolute worst, but at least in his top 10 worst. And I don't want to ever watch it again or talk about it. It sucks. It got that. I didn't get a hammer, but I gave it the freaking wrench right to the face, and it deserves it. Fuck this movie. And well, that's all I can say. See you guys next time. I hope I didn't scare you. So the next one won't be a rant, I promise.